Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad and the Odd with your host Mark and Sam. Today we are talking about the Amazon show The Tick. Hi Sam.
Hey.
Right, so if you want to talk to us or whatever, info at thegoodthebadandtheodd.com. And that's just reminded me, we did get some feedback, which I completely forgot about, and I've just remembered, so I've got to try and find it while we're talking. But if we're on our iTunes, we're on
Stitcher.
Yeah, we never get feedback. We got some. This is from Jamie. He's given his full name and stuff, but I'll just say, call him Jamie. Thank you, Jamie, for sending some feedback. Here we go.
Thanks.
So, this is about Casino Royale. Of all the films and stuff we've done, he's talking about Casino Royale, yeah. Okay. He's telling us a little info about it. He says, the main title song was by Herb Albert, and The Look of Love just isn't just a Dusty Springfield song, but a Burt Bacharach written Dusty Springfield song. I'm having a bit of trouble saying Dusty Springfield at the minute. Yes. I kind of knew that. I thought I'd said it in the podcast actually, but never mind. Don't miss the Wikipedia article about The Look of Love. And it's kind of got a link. So if you got any of you guys want to sort of follow it up, Wikipedia, The Look of Love, and have a read. So there's he's also included a link to some other stuff. Okay, so I'm not going to read that out. But he basically, again, it's on YouTube, and it's a thing where Herb Albert, who plays on the Casino and Bacharach, are doing a '60s show called The Hollywood Palace, and they're doing a medley of Bacharach tunes, including The Look of Love. He says it's a heck of a watch, and given Casino Royale, this is appropriate. And what he said about the film is, I remember watching as a kid, watching this thing, but that's all I remember. Remembering it's as goofy as all get out.
Yeah,
that's a really appropriate phrase.
That about sums it up.
Yeah, the music of it endures much better than the film. I absolutely agree. Yeah, the music is pretty. You wasn't a fan of the actual title piece, were you? But I like it. Apart from the end version of it, where there's a bloke singing over it, like in a weird voice. The Casino Royale, all that. And I think Bacharach did all the well-known pieces, including the main title. Oh, okay. I too am a fan of the opening animations. Yeah, they were cool in a way that I kind of wish they did more of now. The Bond series you guys are doing is great. I'm loving it. This was particularly fun. He sounds like he enjoyed it more than we did.
He really enjoyed it a lot more than we did.
Well, yeah, no, I meant...
Well, a lot more than I did.
Yeah. No, yeah, I didn't think it was too bad. I mean, we'll be getting to You Only Live Twice soon. So thanks, Jamie, and we'll be getting to You Only Live Twice, which I have to say I think has got one of the great James Bond soundtracks. John Barry really pulled his finger out with that one. It's fantastic. But I'll talk about that more when we actually cover the movie. Right, anyway, so... I'll tell you what, we're not going to bother with a comfy chair because we've both watched lots of things, but we kind of forgotten because it's been so long since we recorded. Right? We've just been busy, and I ran out of bandwidth because I put out a few big shows on the other podcasts, and it was kind of we're going to have to stop for. I think it was about 15 days in the oil just to let it catch up. But it's a new month now, so we've got a bit more bandwidth. Anyway, The Tick. So 6 episodes, right? It apparently premiered. I'd forgotten this. It premiered on Amazon in 2016. Just the pilot, the first episode.
It's a pilot.
And I'd forgotten that, and then
just over a year before the second episode, and everything else came out.
Yeah, so it premiered on August the 25th. We are currently recording, I think, on the 5th of September, so 10, 11 days after that. But we kind of ran for it, didn't we? Really, it was pretty fast. Interestingly, directed, certainly the pilot and the second episode was directed by Wally Pfister. Wally Pfister's quite a famous and really good cinematographer. He won an Oscar for Inception. And he
did The Dark Knight too.
Yeah, he's a great cinematographer. So I have to say, this did look great, didn't it? It did look like a good series. It was really well filmed. It's doing really well on Rotten Tomatoes and stuff like that. And it's a lot of fun. I don't know much about The Tick. Have you got any, Jen, about The Tick as a character?
I only really know the bits that I saw of the cartoon when I was young.
And I saw I saw a couple of those cartoons. He always struck me as like not a Johnny Bravo exactly, but more
he was more like Kronk from
or
Emperor's New Groove, which is ironic because he was played for a bit by
the voice.
Yeah, the guy who voices Kronk. I can't remember his name at the moment.
Now, this is a distinct... I mean, it's a superhero parody, pretty much.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that they have got a genuine... Well, no, actually, they've got several superheroes, but they got an analogue of Superman, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got an analogue for Superman. They've got like an analogue of Batman.
Yeah. And almost someone a bit Punisher-y, kind
Yeah.
of. So they got those, but I like the fact that the Superman analogue is called Superian. So it's one letter difference. In fact, when I first saw it written down, I thought Superian.
Oh god.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, I got confused. Now, so Peter Serafinowicz is the Tick. Tick hasn't got an alter ego, has he? He's just the Tick.
He just is the Tick.
We don't find out anything about him. In fact, in the first episode, it's almost like, is he a mental construct of Arthur?
Yeah, they do play it like that for a bit.
So you don't know if he actually physically exists, because Arthur's had mental issues and he's kind of obsessed with finding the Terror, who's the big bad in this, who killed his father. Basically, a plane dropped out of the sky and killed his father, and it contained all these superheroes, which the Terror then kind of decimated, right?
Yeah.
So the Terror, Jackie O'Haley.
Rorschach.
Rorschach. What do you think of him in this?
He was really good.
He's great.
He's super scary when he got up and close and just like menacingly evil, stealing this kid's ice cream.
And that's a hell of a look he's got as well, and it really works.
He looks more like Freddy than he did when he was playing Freddy.
He does look like Freddy, and he's got Freddy vibe, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the original Robert Englund Freddy.
Yeah, he's really goof, not original Robert Englund Freddy, more like Nightmare on Elm Street 7 Freddy.
Yeah. Right, yeah. The Freddy that's kind of moved into
goofy
parody. Yes.
Yeah.
And we got a number of players. I don't know a lot of these actors, but they're pretty damn good. Peter Serafinowicz, I know, because he's been on British TV for ages.
Yeah, he was in Parks and Rec, which we watched recently.
Yes, he was in Parks and Rec. He was also in First Guardians of the Galaxy. Briefly, I remember him in that. I remember him. The first time I can remember seeing him in something was probably even before this, but I definitely remember seeing him in an episode of Black Books. I
think he has
the library. The booksellers guy with Bill Bailey and
he was in. I say he was in. He was
Spaced
the voice of Darth Maul. So
was he?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you can check it.
I thought he was way too young for that. He's got quite a deep voice, though, right? What do you think of his turn as the Tick?
He's really funny.
I nearly said the Dick.
He's startlingly funny.
He's properly channeling Adam West.
Yeah.
There's one point actually that did make me laugh where he says to Arthur, "Come on, chum," and he says, "Chum is something you feed to animals," and he says, "But it's also a great friend."
Yeah.
And he's got some certain phrases which are very Adam West or even Burt Ward, kind of, holy so-and-so. And I can't remember any of them, but he's got some great phrases. He mixes his metaphors now and again too, doesn't he? I like the fact he can't pronounce the African food that this woman makes for him, and he calls it, two-pack, Biggie two-pack or something. He calls the food that. It just makes me laugh, or something like that. And there's all this nonsense. Also, another big bad is Miss Lint.
Yeah.
She's got
pretty funny.
Like electric powers. I thought they were like all tech, but she seems to have them without the tech too, right?
No, I guess they were like a counter. They were to counteract the static that she.
Yeah, I do think it's super funny. They got this thing where she just attracts lint.
Yeah,
because she's always stuck.
There's a bit where she's walking around her secret lair and she's just rolling one of those lint rollers all over herself.
Yeah, and she still shares a house space with her ex-husband or a strange husband, and he's always sort of commenting on it, isn't he? And that's kind of funny too.
Yeah,
the whole vibe just made me laugh. It's a solid turn, and in terms of other bad guys, we also got Ramses.
Yeah, Ramesses.
Which is kind of runs the gangster element of the town.
Yeah, he's like a Falcone-esque character.
Yeah, but he's only there because the terror's gone, right? That's really what it is. And Miss Lynn is minion, kind of.
Yeah.
Now, I guess we better say we're going to do spoilers, right? Because we might well spoil some of this. So, should we say spoilers from this point?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll roll that back. It's a good show, right? Go watch it.
Yeah, it's a really good show. If you can watch it.
Yeah, I reckon, it's probably 2.25 hours.
Yeah, it's 6 episodes that were sort of made for
25 minutes.
For TV, like a half-hour block on TV, so about 25, 26 minutes.
Yeah, and you can steam through it in probably one sitting. I took 2, I think, maybe 3, but it was very nice to pick up and put down again, and it was very easy to follow. And there were some really funny bits. I'm still laughing about the bit where he says to Arthur, I'll get you safe and throws him out of a 3rd-story window to keep him safe. That did make me laugh.
I just like how much the Tick enjoys his job.
He loves his job, and he goes back. And he's not big on thinking, is he? And planning.
No,
it's like,
he doesn't even fight. Really, he just sort of offhandedly slaps them,
bats them away. And he goes, "Oh, good, bad guys," and all this. In terms of that's all the main bad guys, isn't it? In terms of the good guys, if you can call them that, we've also got Overkill, who's like this Punisher kind of type.
Sort of thing.
Yeah. He wears a mask or a helmet that's got like a death's head skull on it. He's properly deadly, and doesn't at one point Tick call him Mr. Slashy.
Yeah,
because he's constantly
he starts chucking around knives.
Yeah. And the Tick keeps grabbing him mid throw, doesn't it? Says, you stop doing
that's
this.
not nice.
Yeah, it's that sounding. And also we get Alan Tudyk, who was watching Firefly.
He's been in pretty much every recent Disney film.
Yeah, and he's voicing a character, an AI called
Danger Boat.
Danger Boat. He's set on a boat. He's like the AI in a boat. So that's kind of their riff on. What's the one that? Iron Man has that he talks to.
Oh, Jarvis.
Yeah. It's kind of their riff on that kind of thing. And there's all this nonsense going on. They're just what cracks me up is they're just walking around the streets and no one's batting an eyelid, are they?
Yeah, well, they used to Superior and
that's true.
The Very Large Man later on.
There was a couple of bits that did make me, like I say, the first episode sets up so it's almost like possibly a mental construct of Arthur, isn't it? Because the Tick wants to go
it's
fight,
very
and Arthur keeps stopping
Birdman-esque.
Yeah. They're very good analogy. Yeah. Right, so I think it's spoilers from this point on, right? So he's trying to find the Terror. The Terror died with his. All that was left of him was like his teeth. His
teeth.
And Miss Lynn is kind of in mourning for him still, even though it's been many years. And she's kind of a minion of Ramses, though she kind of thinks Ramses is a dick, right?
Yeah.
And she's got her own little crew, which gets
she's working for him really because she has no one else to work for.
Yeah, that
makes sense.
And Arthur manages to get hold of this high-tech suit, right? Which is kind of a moth suit.
The Tick steals it for him.
Yeah, and it's kind of a moth suit, isn't it, kind of thing. I mean, he's got little moth type antennae and stuff like that. It's good fun.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not sure. Brilliant. The thing is, I was a bit pensive about talking about this because it's like, unless you get into real specifics, it's like just go watch it. It's lightweight and free if you got Amazon Prime. Why wouldn't you? It's a little sweary in places, isn't it? So it's not for younger kids, but it's pretty good. The fights aren't too violent. Having said that, Overkill does get a bit.
He's slashing people's throats,
and there is a funny fight between him and the Tick in an office block where the Tick kind of bats him away, and then they're just about to square off again, and Dot comes and starts shouting at Arthur.
Yeah,
and they're like trying to fight, and she's shouting at Arthur. It's like, one bit that did make me laugh was when Arthur was sort of talking to the Tick, and he thought Tick was in his own mind, didn't he? And he's saying to Dot, and he's saying to the Tick, "Go away." No, he's talking to Dot, and the Tick walks up, and he's kind of
he's like,
away.
"Hey, how are you doing?"
And then
he goes, "Tick, she can't see you."
Who's this? Yeah. He goes, I can see him. There's all that. It is funny, and Arthur's kind of reluctant all the way through to sort of on the suit, isn't he? But everyone seems to want this suit, and he just wants to give it back, and he's kind of going, please don't kill me if I give it back, I'll give it back. But it seems to have locked down to his DNA or something, doesn't it? So only he can wear it or use it.
Yeah.
And it kind of turns into a plot development. Superior's still around, but Superior seems to be having some sort of problems, right? He talks about having a headache, for example.
Yeah.
At one point, and it turns out this suit is designed to fight aliens, and the only aliens anyone knows is Superior.
Yeah.
So they think it's a suit to take out Superior, perhaps.
Yeah.
Arthur's convinced the terror's still alive, and all the signs are that he's dead. But
they make a few really weird jokes about it, like Overkill became convinced because he read Arthur's thread on Reddit.
Yeah.
It's like, huh?
Weird. But
and this is after he's stolen a folder of information from Arthur. So they could have just said, "Oh, I read your thing," and it convinced
I read it. They do reference a lot of modern tech in this. It's almost like Amazon are trying to sell tech.
Yeah, I did love the very ending where Arthur gets kidnapped and no one knows where he is. He just wakes up in a dark room and you hear the terror go, "Alexa, play threatening music."
Yeah, that was awesome. So the terror does appear, doesn't he? And Miss Lint's really peeved at him, and he gives an interesting pep talk. Doesn't he? He says, "Yeah, you hate Ramses. Why'd you put up with this guy? If you were properly evil like you think you are, you just take him out." And he gives her a pep talk, and she goes and sorts him out. Doesn't he? That was funny. He's great. Jackie O'Hurley is bloody elite in this. He is a great bad guy because he is scary, but he's also goofy. He reminded me a bit of when Ben Kingsley did in Iron Man 2. What's his name? The
Hood. No, not the Hood. The Mandarin.
The Mandarin. He was properly scary until he broke character, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was properly scary. And the Terror's a bit like that, though. I think Terror works both ways, because he can flip back into scary. I don't think the man in that film, the Mandarin, couldn't flip back once we knew what he was. It just wouldn't work. But yes, it's very enjoyable. So it was actually intended to be a 12-episode run, but it's split into two. The second half is going to be sometime in 2018, so we got a bit of a wait.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I do like the Tick suit. His weird little antennae that just move around on their own. And
what I like is that they changed it from the pilot to the second episode. And there's one line in acknowledging it where Arthur just goes, "Did you change your suit?" And Tick just goes, "Think nothing of it, chum." They carry on walking.
Yeah. It's a bit like when they have time travel films and people say, "Don't worry about it,"
Yeah.
It's a bit like that. I have got no weaknesses on this series, actually. I find nothing wrong with it. I think it's well filmed, it's funny, it's pitched exactly right. It's a send-up, but it's kind of fun too. There are some proper genuine action sequences, but then which when they resolve, get undercut. There's a bit where the Ticks trying to stop a bus go off the side of a bridge, right?
Yeah, and Arthur's running around in the bus trying to help people out.
Yeah, and this woman, just as the bus, they think they've got everyone out, and the bus is starting to give way, and the Tick has a great line. He says, "Curse your lack of structural integrity." Is instead of bus.
Yeah.
This woman goes, "My baby's on the bus," so Arthur has to go in the bus, and you think, "Whoa!" Yeah. And the bus crashes over, and Arthur's appears to be still in the bus. He's like, "Whoa!" But then he flies up with the baby
wings on
holder kind of thing, and it's like a really great superhero moment. And when he lands, it turns out it's a bloody dog.
Yeah,
and it's like,
that was pretty funny.
My baby! It's like, and I think the Tick gives him a hug too, right?
Yeah.
For that.
The Tick is a very huggy person.
He is, it kind of his interactions with Overkill are kind of funny. I also like how the Tick's little antennae kind of have minds around. They're almost like little Aldrins.
Yeah, they are actual. They're pretty much actual antennae.
Yeah, they're very good. It works.
The thing is, he's never seen without his helmet or mask.
No,
in the comics either. He sometimes takes off everything else for a joke.
Right,
but he keeps the head thing on. So.
I like the fact he got kind of a bit mortified when Overkill took his mask off. He said something like, "What's he say? I can see your real face," or something.
No, he's like, "Whoa, scary face."
And Overkill's like, don't say anything about my face. It's funny.
Yeah.
So good show, right?
The Tick sort of the humour sort of bouncing between Tick and Overkill was very funny.
Yeah. And I like all the bad guys. I mean, Ramses was kind of appropriate. And I like how Miss Lint finally sorted out Ramses. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. What I kind of liked was it seemed for a bit Miss Lint was trying to do the right thing almost.
Yeah, kind of.
There's bits where she seemed to be getting good almost.
Yeah.
And then she's full on into the evil as soon as Tara turned.
Yeah, I like the moment when Tara was talking to her and her ex-husband comes in and says something and the Tara's caught out off guard and just throws poison darts at him and knocks him out.
Yeah.
And then she says, "Oh, you've killed him," and he looks in his jacket and says something like, "Oh no, it's possum juice. It'll just be out."
Yeah, it's just the platypus venom.
Platypus venom, that's it. It'll just be out for a couple of hours. It's fine.
He looks in and goes, "Look, he's frothing. That's a good sign."
Yes.
They sit down and have a bit of a natter, and there's like, "Is that Denny, the IT guy?
Yeah,
you married Denny?"
And she said, "I thought you were keeping a close eye on me." He goes, "Yeah, but it was boring."
Yeah.
I started, but it was boring. And then he, goes off and does other things. So he plays it. It's got a touch of the Joker, but it's not Joker-esque. He's kind of more short attention span is his thing, really. And he likes his own thing, doesn't he? The Terror, that's what it is. So, yeah, a lot of fun. I quite enjoyed this. In fact, I enjoyed it very much. What would you give it out of 10?
I'd give it a 9.
Yeah,
actually.
I'd give it a 9.
I've really enjoyed it.
It's not like a must-watch, but I don't see why you wouldn't. I really don't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go watch this. Okay, let's wind out there. I don't know what we'll do next time, but we'll come back with something, right? A film or something. We talked about another TV show maybe, but we'll see. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, then. So, bye from me.
Bye.